Hello, this is Sogfrog here today, and I'm going to be showing you how to do a Skyped game of Fight Club. If you're not familiar with Fight Club, it's a trading card game made by the company Decipher, and you can check them out at www.decipher.com. So, what do you need to do this? Well, obviously you're going to need a webcam. I would use a yardstick or a pole, some sort of thing that you could tie or tape your webcam to. A small table, obviously, to put your cards on, the cards themselves. You're going to need a working version of Skype. A microphone would be helpful so you can communicate with your opponent. And last but not least, you're going to need the Deck Builder 1.2 by Chaos Child. And you can find that on the Decipher forums in the game forum, and it's one of the stickies there. So go ahead and make sure you grab all that and set everything up before you begin. Obviously, one of the first things that you're going to want to do is get your playing area ready to go. So what I did is I attached my webcam, I taped it to the back of a pole, and the pole is actually like sticking in my entertainment center and hanging over this little table I have here. Now, it's not important that the camera capture all the text here because, you know, for most of us, unless like you have, you know, the super camera and like awesome bandwidth and you're like right next door to the person you're playing with, it's just not going to happen. So don't even worry about that. I would place I place my camera around, I would say it looks around 2 feet up from the table. But what's important is that it gather about this many cards. Now I'm going to go over the table setup, how I would like the table setup to be here in a moment. Alright, so you have right here, you have I have Chev Chelios, who's my hero card, or you can have your villain card out. Does not matter. So your character card is going to go here. But in the very center of the table, you have one row that's your fight cards. This is where all your fight cards will go, and obviously the modifier cards. And then up top is your support area. Now, the reason why these are in the center is because these are the most important cards for your opponent to see. Also over here in the right hand side, lower right hand side, we have the fight stack and the draw stack in the upper right hand corner. Now these these stacks don't need to be completely visible because your opponent just needs to see that they're there and you're not like adding cards to them and whatnot. Same thing with your character card. Your opponent doesn't need to see your character card all the time. Okay, and last but not least, we have the discard pile right up here. I've turned it sideways just to kind of differentiate it from the other support cards. Now, like I mentioned before, you're going to want to have Chaos Child's Deck Builder, and you're going to want to have it in the background because occasionally your opponent is going to have a card that you're not familiar with, and you're going to want to go and research it and read about it. Same thing goes, but yeah, anyways. So down here in the lower right-hand corner of each card, you have the card number. For instance, Ash's Chainsaw is 1-U-3. And using that information, you can look it up in this deck builder and you can read about it because, you know, let's be frank, you're not going to be able to read these cards from your opponent's webcam. It's just really not going to happen. Also, another thing that I'd like to go over, in Skype there's a chat function, and you should use that chat function to keep track of, for instance, who has the drop, how much damage you're taking, your opponent's taking, things of that nature. But anyways, just a basic overview. Obviously, this isn't as easy as playing someone in person, so allow a little bit extra time just to kind of you know, feel things out. But overall, I think this is it's a good way to play Fight Club. It's a great way to connect with other players who you might not normally play against. So, you know, give it a whirl, and I hope to see you guys in the Fight Klub Skype tournament that I'm organizing. If you're interested, go ahead into the Decipher Reinvention of Trading Card Games forum and post that you're interested, and hopefully we can get enough people to do this. But anyways, hope this worked for you guys, and leave any comments if you have any or suggestions, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.